We are on episode 5 with the Sales Samurai. LBB.
Jam.
Jamberry.
Yeah.
What is the best way to not sell your soul for commission checks?
Awkward. I kind of do sell my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not in the way. So you've got to have integrity and you have to be selling what you really believe in.
Okay.
First things first. So I'm not selling snake oil. And I believe in my product and my company's ability to deliver. But I also know that if the company slips in any way, say there's not a program manager available or just some other issue, I know I'm on the hook for making sure it's a seamless experience. So I stay involved after every client signature, and I'm there to make sure that there aren't any roadblocks that come to be. I continue to check in with my executive sponsors and continue to essentially build relationships with them, continually understand their goals so that our products can align to those long-term goals. So I would have sold to them in 2019, let's say. Now I'm looking at what they're doing in 2021 and saying, okay, well, have you thought about how this can transform and shape? So I have to be involved. I can't be in the day-to-day because I need to be selling elsewhere, but I continue to be connected with them. And then if anything bad happens, I'm the one they call, and I'm the one who needs to make it right. So it's selling my soul because I'm signing up for years with them of making sure their experience is really good.
Yeah.
But I'm not selling my soul in the case of selling a product I don't believe in or selling a product they're not going to be successful in and then just walking away.
Sure.
That would be a thing I can't do.
Sure. And another challenge that a lot of sales professionals run into is they end up lying at some point in the sales process to close that sale.
Don't do it. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Lies do not get you anywhere. Yeah.
Numerous times I've had someone reach out to me and go, Jeremy, okay, I got $500 and $1 million by Thursday. How do we do that? And I go, you don't.
No.
Sorry.
No.
So I don't say, oh yeah, buy my class and I'll help you do it. It's not going to happen. And I do that with any amount of money. I have $100,000. How to make it into $1 million by Thursday? It's you're not going to. If you have $980,000, I can help you turn that into $1 million by next Thursday. That is doable. But there is a real number system to every aspect of sales, and you can't lie. Just tell the truth. If the product is not for them, lose the sale. Yeah. It's okay. Don't overcomplicate it. Figure out, does your system, product, or value or service benefit the customer? And if it does, great. Figure that out through asking questions.
Yeah, and you bring up the concept of transparency sale, which there's a lot of books and literature on that, but being transparent, saying, we don't do this well, do you still want to work with us?
Oh.
Not in that way.
But still, even that question can be a good question.
Summarizes it. Yeah. But just bringing up where your weaknesses are, especially if you know who the competitor is, you can say okay, they know content management really well. That's not where we thrive. Is that going to be an issue? Transparency sale, really highlighting what you don't do well. So don't say everything's easy because they're going to realize when things aren't easy. You realize it. You're I can't take $5 to $1 million. No. And so your clients are smart. Your potential clients are really smart, and if it's all yeses, it doesn't help you earn their business.
That's I love that quote.
Yeah.
If it's all yeses, it doesn't help.
It's not a yes in the end. Yeah.
Right.
And the nodding and them going through the motions, it's going to put you in second place, which you don't want to be in. Second place is the worst place because you put in all the effort and you're not winning the deal. And so I also try to disqualify us early. I actively say okay, we're not actually good at that piece. So, or let me just help you understand what overall budget might be. Let's make sure our budgets are aligned. And if for any reason we're not connected, I do know who to recommend. As far as I'm going to recommend competitors or people who are in that lower market space as well, a little bit cheaper of a platform, I'll send them that way and say, okay, consider these type of companies instead. So. You've got to be talking to the right people.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. I've had I've been in many meetings where this question will get asked. Okay, tell me what you can do. Could you do, this and turn it into this? Mm-hmm. Or make me a promise. If I buy your XYZ product, will I be able to receive XYZ? What do you do in that situation when someone says, make me a promise?
So, I think first, I become iteratively better at the job that I have because I'm involved in the client work afterwards, and I know exactly what we can deliver. So I typically pivot it and say, okay, client X had the same question. They wanted to do it, and this is how we achieved it, and these are the results that we saw. If I don't have that information in the meeting, I'll take it back and I'll say, let me get back to you with a client example, and then I'll share that client example with them. So one, it's okay if I know and have worked with my current clients that I've signed and then supported since then and know that they're getting that, then I can answer that with integrity. If I don't have all the details, I can share like a very quick answer and say like, okay, at a high level, this is how it is done. But then I follow up and I use that as like one of those touchstone questions that I will continue to lean into by sharing client work and what we've actually done with clients.
Using stories.
Yeah, you use stories. Oh my goodness. The only slide that I like to have is our client slide, and then I spend like 20 minutes on it. And if you're another teammate and you've never pitched with Lindsey B before, they're like, oh my God, she's going way over time. And it's like, that's the only slide that's useful because you can pull up just 3 client examples that are super relevant
to them and their industry. Yeah.
You can talk it through. You can be like, this client is doing something super cool. Let's talk about it just for a minute. And then you use client examples throughout, but that starts me really strong every time. Every time I'm pitching, talking about what we're doing with clients, it makes it so that I'm not actually talking about my company. I'm talking about clients and their businesses. It's so much better. So it's another integrity thing as well.
You mentioned PowerPoint slides. Well, maybe not PowerPoint, but
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Google Slides, excuse you. No, just kidding.
No, that's true. It's the only thing I use. I don't know why I said PowerPoint. Sorry. What do you bring to a pitch?
I do always have slides prepared, but the first call, I would rather not use slides. I would bring my list of questions prepared. With every presentation, so say you're in the presentation, you do need slides. I have a limited number of slides that have very little words on them. I hate slides that you literally have to read as you go through.
Brutal. That
is so bad. And then what I do is with every slide, I've come up with a story as far as like how it relates to their business, what I want to say there. So, and that comes through after I've done the 2 to 4 hours of research on their business. I can very easily talk about it and like talk about how Cheetah, my current company, relates to what they're doing, kind of thing. So I do bring slides because it makes you look prepared, but then we don't spend a ton of time on them. So I like to keep it as condensed as possible, maybe 5 to 7 slides, super short, and then let's super be ready for demoing if we want to demo. But it also comes down to what is the client going to find most valuable. Mm-hmm. Depends every time.
Be ready to demo. That's a good one.
Be ready to demo. Yeah. I know how to demo really well. I am not an expert in any way, and like it does scare me. I'm like, but I also sit in on a lot of demos. So I've got a sales engineering team. They're awesome, and they can demo anything. And so I sit on their calls at least a couple hours a week, and I can just learn from them. And so then I learn about these really random things like looping blocks, which I still don't fully understand yet, but like I know where it is in the platform. I can show it. And so it's always good to come prepared with the right people as well, because if it's going to be technical, you need the person who can demo well. But you also need to be prepared for anything when you walk into those meetings. When
you're doing in person, what do you bring?
In person, everything. You need to come super prepared. Your stuff, your technology, your chargers, your plugins, like you've got to make it super easy. You've got to bring yourself early, show up 15 minutes early, bring your own Wi-Fi. that's like the baseline.
Yeah, always bring your
Come
own
prepared.
Wi-Fi.
Bring your own Wi-Fi, 100%. Don't get on their Wi-Fi because it takes too much time. Man, I miss those in-person meetings.
Yeah,
sometimes
right.
we bring, like, sometimes we'll also bring, like, lattes, like the canned lattes if it's a morning meeting. So we try to also make it fun. Sometimes we'll bring notebooks or swag. It depends on who you're talking to and what the meeting is. But in some cases, you can kind of bring fun things as well. But I think just coming prepared is first and foremost what you bring.
Well, the MiFi, that's a huge tip.
Yeah.
Huge tip.
Yeah, or your phone. Like, your
Yeah.
phone has cellular service,
Yeah.
so you can use that too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the hotspots. But I mean, just in
Yeah.
general, just thinking through that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to go back and rewatch this so I can become a better salesperson.
You will be so prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up to every meeting.
What else do you bring to meetings?
So prepared. Screen wipes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bring screen wipes because my computer screen and my client's computer screen, two different screens generally.
yeah,
And
for
I'm
sure.
like, hey, let me clean your computer for you. It just shows like an act of humility sometimes
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
because they're always
I love
filthy.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, mine are too. but before meetings, I do clean my screen.
Yeah,
That's really good though.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Because that's a lot of the. I work with other people's computers a lot.
Yeah. You do.
And I presently have never done like gloves or anything. I probably never will
Yeah.
because I just wash my hands.
Yeah.
So
That sounds like a really good disease prevention technique.
going
there.
down that route
Yeah.
of the hand washing.
Yeah.
I also generally try to bring a notebook for them if I know they have one. If we've been meeting a few times, then it's a lot more casual.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
the first meeting, I almost am always in flip-flops. 99% of the time.
Wow.
Ratty $3 flip-flops from CVS.
You have that image though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to go with the image of like, it's all good, dude. Trade from the beach, man. It's okay. We're just normal people. Like I'm not gonna impress anybody. I mean, when we're hanging out with Richard Branson, like he's in shorts like 95% of the time.
He is
Driving around his golf cart.
Oh man. I kind of skew the other way. Like I've got this gorgeous Tiffany bag that I bring.
I don't have
Such
a Tiffany
freaking
bag.
cute bag. It is so cute. So it's more to show style than show
Yeah.
success. I don't
Oh,
wear
totally.
a Rolex watch, which some salespeople do, but that's an option.
Yeah.
But I do always dress nicely. You have to know what their dress code is and then kind of up level it with just one level. Don't always wear heels, kind of because I'm already a giant.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do. It's so awkward. Like I have to figure out what the rest of my team's heights are first. Like who am I bringing? Are they all
That's
under
fun.
5 foot?
That's
or
fun.
are they taller? And then I can decide on heels versus
Yeah.
no heels. It's weird. But I have to think through that. Like I've legit walked into meetings where I was a foot taller than the rest of my entourage. And I'm like, this is awkward.
That is
cannot
very
wear heels.
funny to think through, but
Yeah. The things you have to think about when you're 5'11"
Yeah.
and a female.
Yeah.
You walking into any meeting is 6'4". Like you're never gonna worry about that. But I don't want to be a
Flippies.
giant.
Again, flippies.
Flippies are all you need.
Flippies for the win.
Yeah, I grew up doing ballet, and so as soon as you got on point, they said you can never wear flip flops again. It's been so hard to get back to like a more casual life.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's
No.
ingrained in you.
I can understand that. Well, for those who have been watching and or listening, we hope it's been at least beneficial in some version of the meaning beneficial. I realize it's a little bit thrown together, but we did what we worked with. We brought the equipment that we had, and I learned a lot from these 5 episodes with you. So thank you for sharing your time with both myself and now the 11 people who have watched this entire thing. So
Thank you for having me.
yeah. Anyway, folks, that's it. Sales Samurai, Lindsey, LBB Buxman. Thank you for being here, everyone. You rock.